Julle in en ommers. Ons kuier heerlik hier in St Helenabaai en vandag het Rene met Rene Vercuiel van Sunset Coast Properties gepraat. Hierdie gaan die eerste in 'n aflewering van 6 wees wat Sunset Coast Properties in St Helenabaai borg vir in en om Weskus.
Good morning, anonymous. Today we are in St Helenabaai at Sunset Coast Properties, and I'm joined by Rene. Rene, welcome.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, and I'm Weskus.
Rene, can you tell me a bit about Sunset Coast?
Thanks, Ryan. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We started from very humble beginnings, just two of us, myself and the co-founder of Sunset Coast Properties. So I'm Rene Vercuiel, and my co-founder is Justice Brunt. And I started in property in 2004. Prior to that, I was with Liberty Group. And then I joined the property market just to have a little bit of a quieter life, much to my surprise. In any case, so we started in 2004 in Bloberg and then came on to the West Coast looking for a breakaway for weekends and holidays because it was just getting crazy. And then when we came here, I just absolutely loved it. And on a whim decided to sell up in Bloberg and move to St Helenabaai. And I had a massive culture shock. So 2009, we opened our doors. I then actually bought a franchise with Remax Group. And, but it was Remax Sunset Coast Properties. And started our doors with myself and the co-founder. And went into the market was in a massive decline, and the country went into recession, and it was possibly the worst time to come and start a business in a town that I knew nothing about and could barely speak the language because everybody spoke Afrikaans. So ek moes baie vinnig leer om die taal te praat en die kultuur te leer. And but what a journey we've had. So from 2009 we opened doors in St Helenabaai, and in 2017 we decided we had enough market share and decided to disenfranchise and just kept our own brand, Sunset Coast Properties. And then from 2 staff members or 2 people, we now have 3 offices. We have an office in Veldrif and we have an office in Oudtshoorn, and we have just grown organically. And we have in total almost 30 staff members, which is great.
So the growth of St Helena, I've been here for a year now in St Helena, and the growth I've seen is incredible. What have you experienced over your 16 years?
When we came here, and why we came in the beginning, it was like a little road against the sea with much land, and it was spot the house. Now it's changed. The landscape has changed amazingly. It's now spot the land. Well, there's enough land in between, but there's many more houses. The first 5 years were really incredibly difficult because the country was in recession, and St Helenabaai had become another coastal dream. And just before, between 2005 and 2007, developers had come and bought farmland from the local people, and they were then making it into plots to be able to sell. And then when the country went into recession, everything stood still. So all of a sudden, St Helenabaai had an oversupply of land, and there were no takers because the banks had cut down. So it was very difficult. It started to improve from 2013, 2014, and I have some figures. From 2014 to 2024, we have a 200%, over 200% growth in registrations and sales, which is massive. So it's a 20% year on year for the last decade, and it hasn't stopped. If I can tell you 2024's growth, actually take it back to 2023, we had 559 registrations. That included houses and land. Okay. In 2024, we actually had a decrease in land, but we had an increase in in sales value, in rand value, and our increase was more than 20% from the year previous. And the only reason why we had a decrease in actual registrations was because of the plots. The plots are getting lesser and the houses are becoming more. So we're selling more houses and less plots, which is a very healthy market to be in.
So it starts to look worse on one side, but the growth is actually...
Yeah, well, the land is becoming less and becoming more developed. So people are coming here now and are actually wanting to purchase properties now, and built properties, which is great. So we can brag and boast of a 20% increase for the last 10 years, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I mean, most places in my experience over the years, it's very good to get 8%. 12% is an investable attraction. 20% is massive.
And where are you finding that most people are coming from? Is it coming from Cape Town side, or are we looking at Gauteng?
I'm going to split into two, because our previous market, our market predominantly used to be retiring market and people who are coming for leisure market. And they would come, our leisure market would come a lot from the Cape area. So from Paarl, Malmesbury, Cape Town, because it's easy drive. It's an hour and a half, maximum 2 hours. And it's not, you're not bogged down by traffic. In fact, you can come on a Thursday evening or Friday afternoon, and you can leave on a Monday morning in time for work and school. So that was very attractive for the leisure market. The retiree market was coming from inland. But we have now had much larger growth in the younger people market since COVID. People are coming, young work from homers, people with families. They have realized that there is more to life than just work.
Yeah.
And St Helenabaai and the West Coast as a whole is beautiful because people come here to be with nature. They come here to enjoy the sea. They come here to enjoy the outdoors. And that's what brought us here. And I absolutely love the outdoors and I love where we live.
Rene, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you having a chat with us, and I appreciate you allowing us to use your boardroom for our interviews today for In and On.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity.
Go well, guys. See you next time.